Hi everyone, and welcome to today's class. Everything around the themes of Taurus is in today's energy. So it's a lot about family, stability, values, having fun, enjoying life, and the simple life, actually, meaning outside in nature, a nice meal, being together with friends and family. All this is what matters today. It's also possible that you are thinking about your finances, new investments, or your personal values, or maybe even together with your partner. Brainstorming, communicating about where you would like to make some changes. Okay, so let's see what we're guided to work on with our physical body. Okay, so we've got the little toes in line with your hips almost aligned, little fingers in line with your shoulders. As you know, you don't have to remember that. Nose, sternum, navel, pubic bone in line. Sit bones together, and then it's like a nice fountain through your upper body, from your sit bones up, coming out of the crown of your head. Ribs together, navel towards your spine, and knees and elbows relaxed. And then we'll start with the reaffirmation of the upper arms. So you've got your arms in line with the line between your straight and diagonal abs. You've got your shoulder blades parallel, and you've got your arms here hanging relaxed, and then you just turn as much as you can without straining anything, so it's completely loose. Little fingers towards the thumbs, and this is the reaffirmation of the upper arms. Relaxing here, lengthening. Energy through your head, coming through, ribs together. Lengthening, little fingers towards your thumbs, and relaxing. Just relaxing. Okay. And little fingers towards your thumbs. Lengthening, lengthening behind your neck, and just think your chin towards the back of your head, lengthening and relaxing. Okay, now palms to the back, thumbs towards the little fingers, relaxing here, lengthening. And then it's just underneath your delta muscle that you think your thumbs towards the little fingers. Again, think your navel in and your ribs together. And there's no straining of your shoulders, it's just lengthening, and then just thumbs towards the little fingers. Think of lengthening everything, ribs together, and release. Just relax. I do that one more time. Please always follow your own intuition telling you what you need. If you like to do it twice or maybe 3 times when you're new, going a little slower. The important thing is that you make sure you're not tensing, that you visualize and imagine the energy flow, and then you can also feel it at the end of the fingertips. No worries if that doesn't happen straight away, right? Always give yourself some time, some relaxation, and don't push it. It's not like this. Yeah, that's just have it flowing up and have it flowing down. And then you notice that everything here is up and lengthened and lengthened. Most of us need to think the chin slightly back, so just think like pushing against your neck and see if there's some stretching, because a lot of people nowadays are like this because of all this tablet, mobile, laptop, whatever work. Yes, so well, sometimes standing against the wall is not bad, and then this is the part and this is the part that's against the wall, lengthening and lengthening. Okay, so apart from that, same muscle coordination as before. At the end of the mat, and we just Relax down. Make sure your arms are not here, but here, relaxing everything. And of course, you can bend your knees, you can put something underneath like books, yoga blocks, a little chair, whatever you've got in hand, yes? So you are where you are. I'm repeating myself, it's all about feeling and not about that it looks like what I'm doing. That's not important. Okay, so from here, wherever you are, it's breathing in. On the out breath, it's sit bones to the head, lengthening, and again, rounding, navel in. Yep, and lengthening. And one more time, navel in, and lengthening, and then just bending and having the blood flow back, breathing. And I always like to repeat that once, but with upper body turn, which is indicated by a floating arm. So we're focusing on the arm, on the finger actually, on the middle finger. So I'm breathing in, same starting position, looking at the middle finger and just floating with the arm slowly up. And you don't have to be able to do it to get that far. Lengthening, it's totally fine if you just lengthen and navel in, lengthening and lowering. One more time, I always like to do it twice, but I'm repeating myself. You follow your own intuition. Make sure you're not tensing your wrist. It's just one line, everything is flowing through, floating, everything's long. And navel in, lengthening, just lengthening, floating down, and relaxing, just let the blood flow down. And yes, next up is like we always have these 3 set exercises, is the stability exercise, which is for your lower back and your hips, making sure that the weight of your upper body is off your legs and that there is the strength here to support all this. So you can use that for flexibility, but it's not what it's about. And it's, of course, not only showing up in your body. If you need to create or would like to create more stability in your life, I very much recommend doing this exercise regularly. It makes a difference. By natural law. Okay, so it's the same position. So if you've been here, you're here now, fine, right? Important, the heel of your supporting leg needs to be on the floor. So I'm bending my upper leg. This is definitely bend, and then I'm thinking of the center line, the 2 lines at the side. I've got my elbows relaxed, and for as long as I notice that my visualization of the lines makes the difference, I'm here. If not anymore, I'm changing legs. Okay, so next, lengthen here. Lengthening, navel in, or long, lengthen, lengthening, all is long, and relaxing. Okay, so you can either repeat it like exactly this way, or trying to lengthen a little bit more, and also doing it dynamic, which is what I am supposed to do because of my, well, contractions are out. But now it's that my muscles are a little sticking to the tissue, and quite a bit, so we need to get that out. Okay, so lengthening. Feeling my way, trying to not compensate, going to like one side or the other, because obviously I need flexibility for my job. So, but you know, if you don't need that, please have your boundaries, right? In anything. Okay. Also, it really helps, obviously, to be able to do all this sometimes with a partner, to have someone looking at you, that you do not only imagine everything long, but also someone showing where you need to stay longer, yeah, or to stretch more. Okay, so now we just feel our body a little bit, do a little bit of massage. Okay, and I actually notice, which is very common, that the tension and the weird feeling is not so much in the lower back, but in the upper back. Just relaxing here, shaking a little bit, your energy field, 3-dimensional with your arms. And also this trembling of your legs is a Chinese exercise for your lymphatic system. So just feel where there is tension, where it feels weird, if there's any pain. And if you feel pain, like punctually in a certain spot, massage it a little bit, loosen it up. It's always a good idea. Yeah, you feel where it is, do a little bit like each day helps to loosen it up a lot. So just elbows closed, head down if you like. This is a little bit more massage, and I very much like this. My body loves this. And it sometimes takes on weird positions like this one. It loves this position, I don't know why. But if it feels good, don't stop anything. Allow your body to do what it wants to do. Yes, and we're already starting off weird. So we bend both legs. Don't think you can't do it. It's not about lifting the leg, it's about lengthening the upper body and thinking the fountain. And think your thought is that is enough. And if you feel it's tensing here, massage, loosen it up. It's very normal if you start off with this exercise and you feel like you can't do it. That doesn't mean that the success is not on its way. Okay, because it's very much in the inside. So it's about the upper body, it's about the fountain and your leg around, lengthening and relax. So it's not necessarily lifting, right? It's lengthening up and thinking your leg around. And I like to do that 4 times. It's normal that you slightly lean forward, but don't do it very much to be able to lift the leg, yeah? So, because that's not what it is, it's about the lengthening and the length and the length. It's like separating this bit. If you got your leg long from your hip bone to your big toe, and then the same thing, lengthening. It may not come up, doesn't matter, right? It's about the length and the length, and about the stretching here, and thinking up is giving you the stretch. It's just not necessarily lifting up the leg, but it's using all these muscles here, and that's actually very helpful in case you have cellulitis and would like to get rid of that. So from here, little finger in line with your elbow, hips, and long. It's about lengthening those sides and here. And now you may even notice that you lift the leg, right? Because it's a little easier, but this here is totally relaxed. One more time. Right, so now I'm taking my arm to the front, not up, to not tense my shoulder, and I'm thinking sit bone's head, and you see that I'm doing a big circle, and I'm sitting now over both of my sit bones. I'm just seeing, okay, how much tension is here still? Well, at least the leg is now on the floor, which is normal for me, right? That it's without tension on the floor. It is on the floor, the tension's there, but it's on the floor. That's a big win. So lengthening here, 4 points to the front, bending, lengthening. Breathing in, on the out breath, it's lengthening, 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 forwards, backwards. If you notice here, yeah, it's very normal that it cramps at the beginning, lengthening, because that's what the body wants to do. Take your strength together and lift the leg. And it's not. We're doing something different. We're trying something that you maybe never have tried before. And lengthening, and additionally in a weird position, lengthen your leg and relax. Okay. lengthening, lengthening, okay, and lengthening and lengthening, right. Yeah, and I still notice here it cramps, that's where it's painful, so always massage a little bit, and I will do that while I'm on my elbow, so little finger in line with the elbow, elbow, hips, and here I am, line, 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 trying to constantly lengthen all this from the sit bones, and it's like that that I'm kind of getting more core strength, yeah, by thinking continuously this fountain coming up, yeah, and here massaging on this spot. Okay, so that's really feel your body. Okay, so now I've got my arm here. This is relaxed. Sit bones, head, biggest possible circle, and lengthen. Okay, feeling and relax. Always feel, this is actually an intense stretch. Relax the back a little bit as much as you need it. So always if you have an intense stretch or you feel it's intense, you slowly, go slowly, right? Okay, yeah, stay here, right? Okay, so I will. What's next, guys? Little toes in line with the hips or muscle line. Hands behind your back, okay. Behind your head, I wanted to say, so it looks like some abs exercise, let's see. Sit bones to my head, lengthening, lengthening, and coming back, lengthening. And you can even, with your head, push against your hands, but important is to visualize that length from your sit bones onto your head, lengthening, and even if it feels a little weird to have your chin towards your chest, it's because most of us need to lengthen behind your neck first. You can only do that first before you start lengthening at the front, okay? So from here, lengthen and head against the hands and just lower, going down, okay? So one more time, sit bone towards the head, coming up. And I'm curious what I want, lengthening. Come on, can you clarify please? Okay, so from here, we've got our legs bent in and coming up. And it's not necessary that you can stretch them from your sit bones to the heels, and then you can be like this or like this. Totally fine. Important to also keep lengthening, visualizing, yeah? Not pushing your upper body. So wherever you are, you've just got the energy coming through your toes and in here, ribs together and through the head and the elbows and release. So it's like different way stretch, which makes a balance. Oh, and balance is next, they tell me. Okay, now sit bones to the head, lengthening, coming up and lengthening. Okay, now we do the reaffirmation of the upper thighs. You can either be here, do it here, meaning you've got your heels together and the toes, the big toes, open, navel in. Or it's here, navel in, right? And you go very slowly, navel in. So you just do it several times. Take little breaks if you knew, right? It's not about how many you do, it's how accurate you do them, and you can always start again, so you don't have to do a dozen or 100 at a time, right? Okay. Sit bones to your head, lengthening, navel in, and up we go, navel in. Now, turn from your hips, meaning your hip bones are still to the front, and it's very small. You keep your legs together, and they can either be bent or they can be here, everything's fine. And lengthening, 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 up and relax. Okay, so anything else? Yeah, okay, so sit bones to your head, lengthening. Now the next exercise you can also do with bent legs, obviously. you slowly lower, which is not difficult, but now from here, lengthen and lengthen the leg coming up again. So, important, little toe in line with your hips or muscle line, of course. The most extreme could be here, sit bone heel, which is not difficult to get there, but to lengthen and lengthen the leg to come back up and have your navel in, okay? So try whatever you can, start with 1 centimeter when you're new, or 1 inch, whatever, and you can have bent legs, and here we go. The guides say we do 8. So I slowly go for that, and when I'm down here, I feel the length before I go up again. Take that time to really feel how your body is and that there is some space in your hip. That's important to create that. Okay, so lengthening, lengthening, and lengthening. I'm told to do 8, but you follow your intuition. And if there is tension in your neck, you can either go down, do it here, right? Or push with your head against your hands. And don't come up that much. Lengthen your upper body. It's also very helpful. See, I'm a little lower because I want to lengthen at the front and at the back. And that's what I'm thinking, energy out of crown of the head, having the fountain in mind, and then it works. Lengthening and lengthening and relaxing. Okay, just relaxing the back a little bit more, a little bit more. Yes, my body is always like having the invitation. And as they told me, we next do a little balance. The important thing is balance is not holding, balance is sending energy in different directions at the same time, which makes or creates a balance by physical law. So what we can either do it on the underarms, and then you've got the little fingers in line with your little toes being here, lengthening. Most important, you look down, so you've got your neck long. And I'll just show the difference. Holding would be this, here. And lengthening as I want it is here. Yeah? So you continuously send energy from your sit bones through your head and from your sit bones through your heel. And of course, you can also do that in plank position, not necessarily more difficult. So little fingers in line with your little toes, and then you here, I've got my elbows relaxed as always, and again, this is the length. This would be holding, right? See, everything is not long. Navel towards your spine, ribs together, and relax. And don't hold, think, or try to be there as long as you can. I always suggest to breathe in through your nose. Now, on the out breath, go into that position, breathing in, thinking long everywhere, and then breathing out, lowering, okay? And if you would like to get a little more adventurous, there are certain little, extras that you can do. For example, as you are here, you can lengthen one leg, meaning that you send a little energy through one of your heels. What you also can do is, and this is always important, that you do not just open and close, but think of a part of the circle. So you lengthen, and you keep lengthening, and you keep lengthening while opening. And you can't open very much because otherwise your hip bones won't look to the floor, right? It would not be in line anymore, and we need to be in line. Okay? Right. Of course, always you can relax your back, and also you can have your blood flowing back if you need it. And there are a little more extras. Skip those if you're new, and just always take it as entertainment and do the first one again, right? a little more time. So from here, you can also turn your feet, do the biggest possible circle, make sure you're slightly underneath your shoulder, not like this, and not too far back, to not annoy your shoulder joint, lengthening, biggest possible circle, and then I'm also going back, biggest possible circle, always trying to lengthen, yeah, and it's like a star, which you can see here, that you think long through your head, through everywhere, lengthening, and also all the way around. So that was a little excursus in case you need that. Lengthen. Oh yeah, and I see it's getting better. So that's encouraging, lengthening, and just have the blood flow together. Yeah, and this is so unusual today, so yeah, so I hope if you are a newbie here, that you don't think, oh my god, this is not for me, because it's weird with what they come up today. But you can do everything. It's just that you need to stay cool, to keep to feeling what you're doing and not thinking, oh, it doesn't look like that, how can I do that? No, you take it step by step. Now, if that's not very, if your knee is a little delicate, you can put something underneath, obviously, like a little towel or a cushion or a little blanket. So make sure you're comfortable. Again, having the energy flowing through like a fountain. This foot is a lot in front of your knee, very important, okay? And now I'm lengthening, and I take my arms diagonally forwards, shoulder blades are parallel, and lengthening. If you can't get to the floor, put something underneath, like at the beginning, okay? Totally fine. And then just bend your leg, bend your elbow, and yes, you can also bend your leg. And it's now not about lifting the leg. It's about lengthening the upper body and lengthening the leg away and see where it takes you, right? Yes, at the end, it will be like, if you can get to parallel to the floor, but it's not necessary. At the beginning, it's lengthening and see if you can lift it, okay? And I'm actually struggling because of the tension here. And lengthening and lowering and lengthen. Okay, so let's see how it goes on the other side. And I'm repeating myself, no worries about I can't lift the leg. Fine. Lengthen and lengthen, that's what makes the difference. Because it's inner work. We're working from the inside out. Lengthen. So our visualization is showing the body what it has to do. And lengthening and lowering. And again lengthening and lowering one more time. And lengthening and lengthen. Okay, good. Now, just try again, right? If you're new, just try again and don't worry about anything else. That's totally fine. Lengthen. It does not take decades of practice to be able to do this. No. Lengthening. So if you are there, then you can slowly go forward and back. Lengthen, right? But only if you can do that. Lengthen. I also struggle, as I'm saying, because of this part here. Lengthen, lengthen, and lower. And I should be here and up. But as I'm saying, if you notice there is tension, always relax a little bit. And also my leg, my knee was a little delicate now because of the tension. Okay, so other side, let's see where it gets to. I could not turn it at all because of the contraction, so let's see where we are getting at. Yeah, a lot better. So it's like it's practice. Yes, first trying to get the leg again where it is parallel, and then see if you can slowly again come back to the range of movement that you had or normally have. Yeah, so that's how you work yourself slowly back from injuries. Okay, so relaxing here. And I really, really hope, this is why I keep doing my videos, that it helps more of you and that encourages you that you don't have to be an expert or a professional to be able to do this, right? You just start and you see how far it takes you, and no problem. Okay, so what else? Scissors. Yeah, oh my goodness. I find this really tough today, what they give me, but you decide. So, you can do that when you're a beginner. You can do it here with bent legs, and you just open and close. Just make sure that you've got your navel in and you really work here, and also think your legs long. That's all it takes, and then it's about lengthening and lengthening, and of course keep lengthening, energy flowing through your upper body. If you can do this in the candle position, and that's what I'll be doing now, it's very important to make sure that you've got both legs evenly opened, to pay attention to the back leg, which is the most difficult in this position. The leg moving forwards is not as difficult. Okay, so we're here, lengthening. You can have bent legs as always, and I'm trying to separate my legs and focusing on the back leg, lengthening. Lengthen. Yeah, and I just hope that one day I'll be able to do splits again, because yes, I need that for my work. Lengthen. Coming back. But it's really about lengthening through the upper body and lengthening through your legs, and then see where you're getting at. Little toes in line with your hips or muscle line, whatever is your outer reference point, and then coming back to the center, really feeling your way, feeling my way now through that special task, and coming back, and just lowering, lengthening your arms, and coming slowly back. Yeah, and just bend. Okay, very peculiar today, but the guide said we did brilliantly, and they would like us to just do what we need to finish the class to feel good. Yeah, while I'm talking, my body. Okay, thank you very, very much for being here and for sharing this time with me. And of course, as you know, the YouTube game, and I would really love to help more people. Please help, play it, whatever you want to do. And also, if you like the weekly energetic weather forecasts from the guides, you can have those on YouTube, Hike About It, and you find their daily dose on Instagram at Hike About. Looking very, very much forward to seeing you, and I would love to know from you if there's anything I could help you with. Lots and lots of love, and have a beautiful day.